region where I come from and where this conference is taking place. Latin America and the Caribbean is also suffering the consequences of the AIDS epidemic in the context of poverty and marginalization.
As the fight against AIDS nears the end of its third decade, we are still facing a huge shortfall in resources. The responses to HIV and AIDS require long-term and sustained financing. As more people go to treatment and live longer, budgets will have to increase considerably over the next few decades. In the most affected countries, donors will have to provide majority of the funding. In most countries, a stigma against people living with HIV remains a grave challenge. 1/3 of countries still do not have laws to protect people living with HIV. In most countries, discrimination remains legal against women, men who have sex with men, sex workers, drug users, and ethnic minorities. This must change. I call on all countries to live up to their commitments to enact or enforce legislation outlawing discrimination against people living with HIV and members of vulnerable groups. I call on them to follow Mexico's bold example and pass laws against homophobia. Dear friends, when I first spoke in the General Assembly of the United Nations about AIDS, I promised that the UN will deliver as one on AIDS. I will do all I can as Secretary General of the United Nations to make that happen. I will work to mobilize funding and to ensure that AIDS will remain a system-wide priority for the United Nations. You can count on me, and muchas gracias. Thank you very much.